Alright, good morning everybody. Another beautiful Saturday morning, and we have another job to go tackle. We actually have 3 jobs today, definitely doing 2. Hopefully we have enough time for the 3rd. So, first job is pretty simple. Luckily it's local, so I'm going to hop on the tractor. We're going to drive the tractor to the residence. It's 3 parts at the house, so we have to dig a hole so they can find where their conduit line is. They know that it was underground somewhere. They have a rough idea, so the homeowner is going to stand there while I dig until we see the conduit. Then we're going to stop, obviously. Once we find it, we're going to then dig a trench over to the shed pad that I built them so they can continue to run the conduit to the shed. And then the last thing is I have to rip up just a small asphalt apron for them. Pretty simple. I just did that at my house a couple days ago. You could find that short of me digging that up. So we're going to take this over there, and I'll see you guys at the job site. So everything has pluses and minuses around here. I used to have a cab tractor, and on a morning like today, where we have a lot to do, the windows would be all fogged up, and I'd have to start the tractor and sit there for literally like 10 minutes so I can actually see out of the windshield. So that was always a pain in the ass. Now that I don't have the cab tractor, I have to wipe down my seat because it's always wet. This is really the only thing I care about, is the seat, just because I don't want to sit on it. But other than that, everything else I love about the open station. Easy to get on and off. Alright, so we're back out the house again. This is that shed pad I built. They got the shed put on it, looks great. They do have a conduit line somewhere around here. You can see I made an X, and this little X here is based off of some photos that we had where it lined up with this bush here, and it was just shy of this tree here. So this is just an approximate. I'm going to dig a nice big hole here to find the conduit line. Then we're going to run a conduit line over either to this side or this side, depending on what side of the door it favors. Then we can get that squared away. They're the only 2 small things I got to do here. Then I got to rip up the asphalt apron on the other side of the property. So, got the DK5320 with the KB2485. We're going to get this hole dug up super easy, and we're going to find that line down there. Alright, so as you may have noticed, we definitely hit it. So let me grab a shovel. So realistically, with it broken, this half is useless. You could probably pull the tractor here, and then, like I said, this is my line here. I don't want to go really past this. You know the conduit is here. Maybe we dig around here a little bit. So I could put a 45 right here and go straight on over. So for right now, we're going to close this up. We're gonna move this dirt, pack this dirt back down, and then we'll dig our trench on a little 45 right to about where that shovel is. Don't realize how much you miss your skid steer until you're on a tractor where you can't see your bucket. We're gonna lift this up high to make sure we don't hit the shed. Alrighty, so conduit is done. That area is dug up and it should be good. Now we're going to dig up some asphalt, just like we did the other day. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to park it in a good area where I can reach. Alright, so that's all she wrote for now. Let's put this over here, out of the way a little bit. So that's pretty solid. So now what I'm going to do is I might swing the tractor over here where the road used to be, load some of the stuff in here if I can, or move it as best as I can. That way when my wife gets here, she can just park the truck, we can throw some cones back there, and then I could just fill it right from here. Get the truck parked right over here. I think that would be the best bet, realistically. So let's spin around, try to get as much as we can loaded in the bucket. think these are just big pieces here. Some big pieces here. Here. So what I'll probably have is, maybe I'll just have my wife try to scoop it, and I'll try to finagle these pieces in the bucket since she's coming here. Alright, so while I was sitting here, I just watched my wife drive by. So the biggest hurdle she has is she had to go by, and like I said, this is her second time driving my truck with a trailer on it. And I just worry about her turning around in that parking lot over there, but I think she's got it. She's definitely smart when it comes to that kind of stuff. Put some cones up here. Woo! Fumble. Alright, so we're going to try and flip this piece, maybe this piece, and then I don't know how big this one is. Is this all just grass on top? It is. So we'll try to get this piece too. Curl it back up. Drive forward. Drop it down. All right, pick it up. Drop it down. All right, back up that way and then come over this way. All right, you gotta get up over that wood. Turn your bucket so it's straight, and then back up over here again. Lift up a little bit. A little bit more. Drop it.
That was so scary.
Drive forward a little bit. A little bit. Tilt it back. And we want to get this like right around here. Now turn it. Yeah, just drive like over it to pack it down with the wheels. Good.
What the freaking heck is that thing? What a spaceship.
All right. All right, you're good.
Too bad.
All right, so with about 2.5 hours-ish of work, we were able to dig up a conduit, run the trench to the shed pad, rip up all this asphalt, and get it all into the dump trailer. Not bad. So obviously we're working with limited tools here. 4-in-1 bucket's bent. It's very difficult to grab some of this stuff because it sits flat with the 4-in-1 bucket, but we were able to get it done. So just shows some things that you can do with a compact loader, make a little bit of side money, and having the bigger tractor just allows me to lift up even bigger, more in a load, bigger pieces of asphalt, whatever the case may be, because obviously I wasn't breaking that. So if I had a smaller machine, it would have been very hard to move that. As always, guys, we do appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment down below of any things you think I should change, anything you think I could have did differently to make either of the jobs a little bit easier. I'm learning just as everybody else, and the comment sections are always the way to go. There's people that do this for a living, do this nonstop, so I'll take any advice I can, any criticism, all that kind of stuff. I do appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.